Well, hello there. This is Io Kirkwood from the Bridge Healing Center, and this is today's Tarot Share. It's every second and fourth Tuesday of the month, and today is January 23rd, 2024. And so we are here at the Bridge Healing Center at 400 North Center Street in Westminster, Maryland, 21157. And we have a lovely little event area that we actually hold these tarot shares in. And what happens is a lesson. Generally, people are sitting here and they are getting the lesson at the same time that you are on the Facebook Live. And then we will actually, when the Facebook Live is done, what we will do is we will have a one card reading for everybody so that they can take notes and things of that sort of how it was interpreted and how it fits into their life and insights that they had. And then after that, everyone pairs up and gives each other readings. And it's about a 2 hour experience. So please, next time, when's the next time, Laura? Okay, so the next tarot share is Tuesday, February 6, 2024, here at the Bridge Healing Center, 400 North Center Street in Westminster, Maryland. That's the Town Mall of Westminster. And also we have a store that sells metaphysical goods as well as clothing, all the things for home, soul, and whatever it is that makes you feel groovy. And so the sale for January is buy any two pieces of clothing, get two pieces of clothing free of equal or lesser value. So basically anything that you can wear that is considered clothing is part of our winter sale for January. So come on down. If you've missed the tarot share, come on down and shop with us. So today's topic is going to be about getting the most out of your tarot reading. All right. So I use the tarot as a self-development tool for myself and for others. So I actually combine it with coaching, neuro-linguistic programming, Reiki, also sound healing as well. So I have a repertoire of things that I can use to help elicit the best reading for you. Like I know when you come in that you may not have your question all together or anything of that sort, and I will give you guidance. But what if you could have all of your time with me just doing the reading and not having to do the preliminaries? So that's what this is about. This is about making the most out of the time that you have, because it could be anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour. And a tarot reading is a fun ride if you can get all the time on the tarot reading. You know exactly what you're about. So the first thing you have to understand is that when we do a tarot reading, one of the things that is so lovely about it is that it's a game. All right? It is nothing more than that. And what it does is it engages your subconscious mind, which is about 4 to 7 years old, according to NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming. They talk about how this part of you is 4 to 7 years old. And I don't know how many of you have been around 4 to 7-year-olds, but I realize that they really enjoy playing. So they will play house, they will play mechanic, they will play dinosaurs, they will play with little blocks and it becomes an entire army or an entire handmaiden, whatever it is that the child is into. And so what the tarot does is it provides a very concrete, tactile, very immediate engagement for your subconscious mind. So you know coming into this that your subconscious mind is going to be very engaged with the tarot reading. And if it is not, then you have to ask yourself if you really want the tarot reading. Because if your subconscious mind isn't in on it, if that subconscious mind, that inner child does not buy in, you're not going to get anything out of your reading. Okay? So you are actually asking your question of yourself. The tarot reader is not there to tell you about yourself. They are there to read the pictures of the story that your subconscious mind has selected. The subconscious mind is processing at minimum 2 billion bytes of data. What, like, that's a lot. That's resting, okay? So imagine if, you know, while you're sitting in the tarot reading, all the things that you remember that are caught in the memory of this 4 to 7 year old childlike thing that has no filter and sees everything, all right, and then tells you what you need to know. You want this thing on board. You want it to be completely ready to go into this reading and be like, this is a game. And we're going to learn really interesting things about ourselves. Okay. And we're gonna turn life into a game that we can look at objectively and bring up a whole bunch of different opportunities that might be present that we didn't see before because maybe we were living in a fear space or we were resisting the way that we were feeling about something. So engaging yourself, getting ready for the tarot reading, realizing that it's a game, like a psychology game, something that you can tell stories to yourself and try things on in the comfort and safety of a space that is provided by the tarot reader. So the thing is that once you have the subconscious mind on board, you have to set your expectations, and they have to be reasonable expectations of the reader and of yourself, because the subconscious mind, while it is an amazing thing, can only help you in things that you are actually capable of doing. Okay? So a tarot reader is not there to be a psychic per se. Now, they may have psychic abilities, they may have deep intuition, they may have many years of experience, they may even have clinical experience to help coach you through things. But they are human, they are not mind readers, okay? They are people who are very well versed in the stories of human experience that are displayed in the cards, okay? So your subconscious mind is counting cards as it's shuffling the cards and just sort of moving everything around and going, haha, let's see what this game's going to bring up. And then the card reader, the tarot reader, lays out the cards and does it in prescribed sort of reading formats to determine what the story says. And then between you and the tarot reader, going back and forth, you figure out, okay, what are we looking at here and what are the opportunities? So once you have realistic expectations of what a tarot reader does and what you can do, all right? So you can't go into this reading going, I want to, go to Mars, right? All right, because really the tarot reading is about looking inside of yourself and changing things in there so that your outside world shifts to something that you want. All right, because we are basically these holograms inside of an immense hologram, and the idea is for us to be tweaking our frequencies so that, sort of adjusting them so that the thing that was so unpleasant to us before now no longer manifests in our life. So when we talk about manifesting things in our lives, it means that we have to align our feelings and our frequency to what it is that we want. And so now we're going to move into what a good question looks like. So if you want to get the most out of your tarot reading, because again, it's a self-development tool. If you want to get the most out of that, you're going to have to ask a good question. And there are 3 parts to a good question. And it doesn't even have to be a statement, but I mean, a question. It usually is. It has a question to it. But you can make statements. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to make a statement of feeling. Okay? So the idea, and you can do this before your tarot reading. Just sit down and think about when the situation that you are trying to deal with is coming up, where do you feel it? and what kind of feeling it is. It could be, I feel angry, I feel sad, I feel confused. Any of those things. Oh my goodness. And then you're going to make a statement of feeling, because that engages that sensation in your body. Like, it could be in your chest, it can be in your belly, it can be in your feet, it could be on one side of your head, in an arm. It could be anywhere. But the idea is to just really get connected with yourself and the way you feel about the situation when you think about it. Then you're going to make a statement of intent. All right. Like, I want to understand why I feel sad about this situation. It's just not making sense to me. All right. Like, I can't get to the bottom or the root cause, and I want to get there. I want to get to the root cause of why I feel this particular way about this situation. Okay. Then you're going to make a statement of resolution. And you'll say something to the extent of, now that I know how I feel, right, and I'm going to learn about what it is, why I feel that way, I would like to heal that feeling within myself, to connect with myself and resolve this. Not get rid of it, but resolve it, so that the various parts of me can work together and be in alignment with each other. I can give you an example. Well, when I go over to my boyfriend's house, um, I feel uncomfortable around his mom, even though I don't understand why. She's not doing anything that I, would consider, uncomfortable or anything. But yet, every time I leave there, I feel like something has happened. And so you might be like, I feel confused or uneasy about this situation. I'd like to know why I feel confused or uneasy. And I would like to resolve that so that I can develop a good relationship with my partner's mother. All right. So that's a great question, because now you get to explore the possibilities. And actually, here is what came up. What was happening was, the individual who was having the uncomfortable feelings was not necessarily the object or subject of certain types of behaviors, but her partner was. Okay. And the partner would shut down, things of that sort, not doing necessarily anything different, but because she's so attuned to her partner, she felt uneasy. Meanwhile, she doesn't know that there's a dynamic going on between partner and mom. So now that the tarot reading has happened and we've looked at all these things, she went back and she said to her partner, she said, hey, every time we go over to your mom's house, I feel really uneasy, but I can't understand why, because your mom's perfectly nice to me. And then the partner finally goes, oh, yeah, well, there's a there's a dynamic going on here. And he actually told her that, he always felt criticized by his mom by certain questions that she asked. Every time that he went over there, she would ask these sets of questions that look innocuous to, an outside observer, but for him was a constant pattern of, he took it as being berated. All right. So then, maybe a second tarot reading, the partner would come back and she'd be like, okay, figured out what's going on. Now I want to explore how I can help my partner, or how I can support my partner, so that they don't feel uneasy around their mom, or maybe even come up with ideas about how we would want to handle this so that my partner is no longer distressed, or that my partner is able to heal this part of themselves if they choose to. How can I support them? So you can do a tarot reading, figure out something, and then you can come back and be like, I want to know more. But the idea here is, engage your subconscious mind, set realistic expectations about what a tarot reading can provide, and then ask a really good question and have it ready to go when you sit down with your tarot reader so that they can help you best and use the time to actually explore the concern that you have rather than a misshuffle or you weren't concentrating or anything of that sort. So come prepared. If you want a tarot reading, if you've had you read for yourself, prepare yourself and prepare your questions so that it's more focused. Or if you get regular readings, I think your tarot reader will thank you if you come in fully ready to go. All right. And do realize that every now and then the question that you ask isn't the one that your subconscious mind wants answered. So every now and then you might get a really weird answer to a question you didn't know you had. But for the most part, if you can get the buy-in of your subconscious mind, then you're going to get the answers that you want about the thing that you really want to know about. So subconscious mind buy-in, what you can reasonably expect, ask a good question, and have it ready before it's time to go. So this is how we make the most of our tarot readings and using them for self-development here at the Bridge Healing Center. My name is Io Kirkwood, and I am available for readings in the evenings of most days from 4 to 7. So if you want to go on to vigaro.com /The Bridge Healing Center, all one word, /services. You can sign up for one of my readings and I will meet you there. And thank you very much for tuning in. And yes, come prepared to my tarot readings because I really like to dig in and get it going. So we're here at 400 North Center Street in Westminster, Maryland, 21157 is the Town Mall of Westminster. We do have a store, and we're having a sale. Buy 2 items you can wear, get 2 items you can wear for free. And that's going on through January 31st, 2024. And then again, we're going to have the next Tarot Share on February 6th, and we would love to have you come in and exchange readings with everybody. And then what will happen is we'll just keep going. Thank you very much for tuning in, and namaste, Amanai.